Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank all the witnesses for being here. It's been a long time since I used the formula to convert centigrade to Fahrenheit, so it was reassuring to me as you take Fahrenheit equal to centigrade times, 9/5 plus 32. Water still boils at 0 degree, or boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 degrees centigrade. So that I thank you for making me review my background a little bit on that. But Mr. Sellinger, earlier this year, I had the privilege of attending the unveiling of Purdue's little small nuclear reactor, and they went all digital, but it would appear to provide the way for big data applications and increased reliability and so on. So in your testimony, you say that if nothing changes, China will surpass the U.S. in installed nuclear capacity by 2030 and Russia by 2034. So here's my question. Could you elaborate on the investments in technologies like that we're developing there at Purdue and help give us an advantage in this global competition, as well as if the U.S. develops advanced reactors or small modular reactors, how much of an international advantage would that give us? And is that the type of technology that is best exported, suited to be exported?
Thank you, sir, for that question. What I want to stress about advanced nuclear technologies and nuclear technologies is that they are at risk of becoming orphans without a national nuclear program, without something like a green nuclear deal. And so China and Russia are also developing small modular reactors. They're also developing non-water cooled reactors, ones that use molten salt or liquid sodium reactors like we've developed. So when countries make decisions about who to partner with, they're actually choosing countries based on which countries have the most experience building those reactors. As a policymaker, I'm sure you can understand, if you're looking to make a big investment with taxpayer funding, you want to go with the tried and true management as well as design. And so my concern is that these promising new reactor technologies we're developing, that we're not really set up at all to be competing with the Chinese and Russians. We need our head of state selling them to compete with Putin and Xi, who are aggressively selling them. We need to have the right financing for countries. And when they say to us now, who would build this plant for us, we don't have an answer. The answer needs to either be Bechtel or some other major construction firm. And right now we sort of say to them, hey, you can pick whoever you want. When you go to Russia or China, they say, here's how it'll work. Here's the people that will build it. Here's the financing for you to build it. And like I mentioned, this is a very special technology. It's a dual-use technology. The U.S. government has always understood that the United States needed to be leaders on nuclear. And right now, I worry that we've engaged in a kind of wishful thinking that somehow some new technological breakthrough will make the difference, when in fact our technological breakthroughs just aren't that different from the technological breakthroughs that we're seeing in Russia and China.
Thank you. I would like to have you add on to that, of the technologies that we have right now, and if we could fully develop some more of those, what's the potential for nuclear energy to supply? What percentage of our energy needs around the world?
I mean, I believe that eventually we will be 100% nuclear. It may not be for another 200 years, but it's such a clearly superior energy technology. I think that is eventually what we'll be. Obviously, France has proven that it can be 75, 80% nuclear without any problems. The United States was headed towards 50% nuclear. The anti-nuclear movement succeeded in killing half of all reactors, a little bit over half, so today we get 20%. I think it would be a perfect goal to have to get the United States back up to 50% nuclear. The market right now, Russia and China have order books of about $150 billion for new nuclear builds. This is great business. This are big construction projects, high technology, well-paying jobs. It's just, I find myself very concerned by the ways in which we're sort of sleepwalking into third place in this global competition.
Thank you. And I see I'm almost out of time, but Dr. McElwee, I would like to elaborate or have you elaborate more at some point, not now, but about agriculture because of my background in the carbon storage and cover crops and so on. So thank all of you for being here, and I yield back.
Thank you very much.